House of the Dragon fans have waited a long time for season 2 to arrive. We got our final trailer, first look today, and we're going to get into what the trailer shows right now. Looks like we've got the Iron Throne. I don't know if that's Daemon, a vision of Daemon, if he's having a vision in front of the Iron Throne or if he's actually there. I think it's probably a vision. I'm not really sure what that scene is. Oh, we've got Cregan Stark and Jace. We saw a little bit of that in the teaser trailer. Then we've got Alicent. Looks like the back of Alicent running through a field. Great shots. Oh, that's a callback to Daenerys' dragon eggs. Looks like those are actually on Dragonstone because at this point, I think Dany's eggs are in Essos. We've got Rhaenyra.
They are a protector of the realm.
Okay, I'm going to come back to that. Something that Rhaenyra says in a second. That looks like Moon Dancer.
Now I find myself in an impossible position.
Great shots. Great cinematography. There's Aegon wearing the Conqueror's crown with the high towers behind him.
We're going to King's Landing.
Taking King's Landing. So I think Daemon is telling Rhaenys there that they should take King's Landing, but I don't know that that she's going to agree with that. So that'll be interesting to show what happens there. Okay, we've got Aegon wanting to go to war. He wants revenge for something that's happened. He's angry. Looks like the Lannister army. That looks like a shot of Moon Dancer again. We've got Rook's Rest. It looks like the army's assembling for Rook's Rest. And there's the Valerian fleet. Looks like maybe Blackwater Bay. Not really sure there. Caraxes with Daemon. Great shot. The cinematography is amazing on this.
As your queen and ruler.
Okay. Rhaenyra talking to Daemon about accepting her as queen. That's going to be a big plot point as we move forward. Aegon flying with the... Is that the crown molded on his helmet, or is that just a helmet built around?
Not like this.
Alicent holds love for our enemy. That makes her a fool.
There's another shot of... Well, there's Cregan Stark. There's a shot of him from the front face of Cregan Stark.
The enemy without may be fought with swords. The enemy within
Cargill brothers.
more insidious.
That looks like it may be a vision. That looks like Alan of Hull.
There is more than one way to fight a war.
Looks like a funeral. They're wearing the black veils in mourning as they're running in King's Landing. There's Baelor. Aemon. There's Vermithor. That's got to be Vermithor behind Rhaenyra. A couple things jumped out at me. So Rhaenyra makes the comment about not just sitting the throne, but you have to protect the realm. We know from season 1, Rhaenyra knows the prophecy about the threat from the north and that Viserys has bestowed upon her. So if you remember, the eldest heir is supposed to be educated on Aegon's prophecy. And so the interesting thing is going to be, has that already been communicated from Rhaenyra now to Jace, especially with Lucerys dying? And we see some of the shots of Rhaenyra in mourning with Jace over Luke. Has she communicated the prophecy already to Jace as he is going to try to rally the Bannermen around Rhaenyra's cause? And if so, does Jace tell that information of the prophecy to Cregan Stark? That's going to be something that I'm interested to see how that plays within the story, because they focused on the prophecy quite a bit in season 1 and the importance of it. And so you got to think that they're going to explore that more as we move forward. But you see Rhaenyra, really focusing on what it means to be a ruler and the responsibility around that and how heavy that is. And you also see Alicent and Otto, trying to basically find a way around what they know is inevitably going to destroy the family, the dragons, that this is going to be a bloody war. And you see Kristen Cole in one of the shots is wearing the chain of the Hand of the King around his armor. So at some point, Otto either resigns or is fired. And you would assume that happens in order for Kristen Cole to take over as Hand of the King for Aegon. So they clearly showed that. Saw a lot more of Bela in action in this trailer. And so we saw Moondancer, we saw Vagar, we saw Caraxes, we saw Vermithor. So I think what we're going to, and we saw Sunfire. So we saw Aegon, the king, flying with the helmet, and I couldn't tell whether because I didn't see the red ruby shining. So did they take his helmet and construct what looked like a crown replica on the front of the helmet, or did they mold the crown, the actual crown, onto the helmet? I don't know. I couldn't really tell from that shot, but I'm interested in kind of seeing what they did around that. So, but all in all, I think this trailer, I'm hyped for season 2 coming out June 16th. I think we're going to see a lot more depth to what's going on the side of the Greens, the High Towers, specifically around Alicent and where maybe she disagrees with where Aegon's going to take this versus Aemond as well. The sons clearly do not agree with their mother, and it looks like they maybe don't agree with Otto as well. So there's dynamics around that. We didn't see much of Helena in this, but I got to think that they are going to show quite a bit of her, or I would hope so, because of her visions. And then obviously we saw on Team Black, the conflict, or the supposed conflict between Daemon and Rhaenyra, where she says, "Will you support me? Or are you supporting me as your queen?" And you got to think that they're teasing you a little bit. Ultimately, he will say yes, but obviously they cut the scene before he responds. He's just staring. So Daemon, as we see from season 1, whether you want to think he has a death wish or not, his whole identity is around war and battle, and he feels slighted, and he wants to destroy the High Towers. And if he had had his way, he would have killed Otto in season 1. So Daemon's not going to change who he is ultimately around how he views his identity through battle. Rhaenyra has a heavier responsibility as the one who has to rule. And greater than ruling is she has the prophecy that Daemon does not know of protecting the realm. And so that leads me to, as we wrap up here, the thing that excites me the most about season 2 is that we're going back to Winterfell, that we're going to see the North, we're going to see Cregan Stark. We saw ice on his back. And so I'm fascinated with getting a chance to go back to the North. That's the thing I look forward to the most. I'm excited for this trailer. Can't wait. We've got 4 weeks. We're going to cover every single bit of it, every episode. What do you think? Did you see something that jumped out that maybe I did not mention in the trailer that we just watched? If so, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think I missed. What did you like about the trailer? Was there anything that you didn't like? Are you looking forward to this season as much as I am? What are your thoughts around House of the Dragon? And while you're doing that, make sure to hit the like button, smash that like button, hit the notifications bell for future content. And most importantly, if you like our Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, all things Westeros content, do us a big favor and hit subscribe so we can continue to grow our channel and TCB.